everybody, I'm Claire, your new kitchen manager, and I'm so excited to present a series of cooking webinars called Cooking with Claire. They're going to be fun, exciting, passionate, interesting. You're going to learn loads about cooking and food, and hopefully we'll manage to do most of it on a budget. My main cooking influences are tbsp, really old school, which is amazing. You can learn all of your basics from her. I think Glyn Pennell is absolutely wonderful. He's really put food in Birmingham on the map, and I've even got his autograph. And I absolutely love Rick Stein and Keith Floyd. I love herbs and spices. I grow a lot of my own herbs, and my favourite types of food to cook are Mediterranean and North African. Watch this space. So a lot of people know that food and unhealthy eating can lead to physical problems such as obesity and diabetes type 2, etc. What a lot of people don't understand is the impact eating badly has on our mental health. If we eat an unhealthy diet, it means that we can suffer from depression and anxiety. It can also affect our immune system, so we're more likely to pick up illnesses and add to our stress. Low blood sugar levels, if we're not eating properly and regularly, can make us angry or tired and lose concentration. So today I thought I'd show us a really healthy, easy recipe. It was the first recipe, one of the first things I ever learned to cook, and it was brilliant being a student. Today I'm going to be cooking a tomato sauce. This was one of the first things I ever learned to cook, and it's so versatile, it's easy and it's healthy. Before I go on to prep, I just want to go through some basics with you. So always wash your hands for 20 seconds. Minimum 20 seconds. Okay, so wash all of your arms here, these areas here. This area around the thumb is really important. A lot of people forget that. Okay. Hands washed. As you're cooking, continuously wash your hands all the time. So, in terms of health and safety, always use a sharp knife. If you don't use a sharp knife when you're chopping vegetables, it hurts more if you cut yourself. Tea towel under your chopping board, so your chopping board doesn't slip, and a brown board for root veg. I've also got a box here to put all my peelings from the fruit and veg in, or the vegetables in this case. I can put them straight into a compost box. Okay, the basic 3 ingredients to start off a tomato sauce are celery, carrot and red onion, and that is the basic of every Italian ragu. So ragu is the Italian name for a sauce. Okay, so I've just washed these. As you can see, there's a little bit of water on them. I'm not going to bother peeling the carrot because actually there's a lot of goodness in the skin, and it will break down in the sauce. Okay, let's start with the celery. Keep your hands back like that. The knife should always be like that, so it's against your fingers and your thumb back. Take the end off. Take the end off. What we don't want is stringy celery. Okay? So now I'm just going to show you quickly how to prepare the root vegetables to go into your tomato sauce or your ragu. So we've got the celery here. I've cut it into 4 and I've peeled the stringy bits off. Stringy bits are really bad. They don't break down and they stick in your teeth. Nasty. Okay, so you need to get the bits as small as you can because it means that they cook quicker. Obviously the bigger the pieces, the longer it takes to cook. So as you can see here, I've gripped the celery with my fingers and I've cut it into 4. It's this way around, not the other way around, so it doesn't slip. Okay, into 4. Okay. Keep your fingers and your thumb particularly out of the way, okay, and use your fingers to grip the vegetables like that. See? That's your bit, that's your celery. Again, leave the top tip with your carrots, okay, you need to really grip the carrot, of course it's slippy. Grip it hard like that. Flat surface down, okay. Slice it like this, but again grip. Be careful to concentrate all the time when you're slicing. Okay, and can you see my fingers here in the knife? Okay, and again. See those nice little batons we've got there? Okay, so we've got your carrots. Nice little piles. Okay. Okay. This is a really top tip for your onions here. Okay, obviously take the skin off. Grip the onion like this again, so it's not going to move when you put your knife in. Take the top bit off there. Okay. Leave the root on there so it holds the onion together. Again, be careful, watch all the time. Slice your onion like that. Great. So then you've got your flat side down again. Peel off the skin. I tell you what, you'll be professionals at the end of this. Again, use your fingers to grip by the root. Okay, in this way, in this way. There's actually brilliant tutorials on YouTube for this. Okay, this way, this way, this way, this way. Yeah? So you can see we've done that way, that way, that way. Now look at this, amazing. See? Beautifully finely chopped onion, and then you pop that in the bin. There's such little amount of waste. Okay, so we've got celery, carrot, onion. Okay. The other ingredients, or the condiments we call them, that you need to make a tomato sauce are vegetable oil, and I always use vegetable oil because actually it's just a waste to use olive oil. You use olive oil for the flavour. As soon as you heat olive oil, the flavour goes. So just stick to vegetable oil or rapeseed oil or something like that. This is a personal preference. I like a splash of balsamic in my tomato sauce. You can also put a splash of white wine or anything like that. Salt, pepper for seasoning. And also, depending on the quality of your tomatoes, you can put some tomato puree in, but that's a taste test as we go along. Taste, but I'll talk more about that later. And this is a bit of parmesan to finish it off with. All of the ingredients we've got here, all the colours, just looking at them make you smile for starts. You've definitely got 4 of your day there in terms of your fruit and veg. There haven't got any chemicals in it at all that you'd get in a shop bought sauce, and it's just going to taste delicious. The other thing that I wanted to say to you is if you haven't got all of these ingredients in the fridge, that's fine. You can just use onions and maybe a pepper or some garlic. It's so versatile, this sauce. Anyway, let's crack on. So, as I said, again, use a non-stick pan, or actually if you've got an iron pan, those are fantastic. But if you're using an iron pan, you need to just pop water in every so often, but I'll talk about that in a second. You only need a very, very little amount of oil. Again, let's keep it healthy. The pan needs to be not too hot, just warm, so we don't want the root veg to burn. Okay. Just make sure the pan is covered. Right, I'm going to do a test. This is a brilliant test, this one. Just use one of your tiny pieces of carrot or celery or onion, just to see if it's how hot the pan is. Okay, well that's not sizzling just yet, so I'm cooking on gas today, so it's really versatile. I'm going to turn that up a little bit. If you've got any questions on how to cook on induction or electricity, send me a message and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay. With your root veg, the trick to an amazing sauce is to make sure that you cook it long and slow. So obviously we haven't got the time to do that here at the moment, but at least half an hour is really good, so it gets all the flavours, and there's so much sweetness in them, it just brings out the natural sweetness. Right, should we go? Turn up a little bit more. Okay. Now you don't want your pan on too high because there's a lot of sugar in onions and they'll burn. Okay, so just be careful. If you do burn, it's not the end of the world. Just makes it a little bit more bitter, but it's fine. We'll do it. Okay. So, just going to give these some nice coating of oil. Nice and sizzling. You can see those beautiful colours, look. Okay, oh. Okay, so we've got to the point now, this has been cooking for about half an hour, 20 minutes. You can hear it nicely sizzling. Looks delicious. It's at this point now you just put a drop, if you like, balsamic oil in. You can hear it sizzling, that's burning off the acidity in the oil. It would be the same if you're putting red wine in. You don't want that really strong taste of vinegar or that really strong taste of wine. So that's just burning off a little bit. You can see all the aromas coming up there. You can smell it. Oh, it smells amazing. So what I would do next, I put my woody herbs in. Now, I'm quite a lazy cook, actually, and I just tend to chuck them all in instead of taking the leaves off. I mean, you can waste your time taking the leaves off, there's not really much point. So, with the woody leaves, or herbs rather, so like oregano and bay, or a woody herb, just chuck them straight in, you can take them out at the end. But remember to take them out so people don't get bits of fart in their teeth. Okay, so bay leaf is a lovely woody herb, just rip it like that, and that releases the flavour. You can use dried bay leaves, but as I say, this is a fresh one. I didn't mention basil earlier, but I found some basil in the fridge. Basil's a very delicate herb, it's a soft herb and bruises really easily, so I'm just going to chuck this whole basil, you can see it's starting to bruise there, into there for some more flavour. You don't have to do that, again this is all personal preference. But the smell, oh, it smells amazing. Okay, so let's just cook off that for a bit. And goes your tomato. So what I would do now, so we don't want to waste any of that tomato sauce, just pop a bit of water in there. Lovely. Okay. Because these are tin tomatoes, not fresh tomatoes, I'm going to stick a squirt of puree in. What we're going to do now, is let the magic happen. Okay, realistically, you should cook this sauce for about an hour, so in total it takes about an hour. But if you wanted to speed up the process, you could pop all the bits and pieces into a blender and blitz it, or a soup blender or something like that, and that speeds up the process. After about an hour, this is what the sauce looks like. All the way through, you should be tasting it just to see what it tastes like. I'm going to taste this now. Oh, it's so rich and lovely. Oh, okay. So I think it needs a little bit of salt and pepper for me. Again, this is to your taste. For me, that's also slightly acidic, and that's probably the quality of the tomatoes that we've used in Italy, France, Spain, Mediterranean countries. They don't need to add sugar to their tomatoes, but because we're in the UK, we haven't got as much sunshine we do, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of sugar in there. I use sugar like another seasoning. Let's just give that another stir. Wash my spoon, have another taste. It's just delicious. So there you go, that's your basic tomato sauce, and you can do absolutely anything you want with that. Keep it in the fridge for 3 days, or it freezes beautifully, portion it up and freeze it. To make it into a different type of sauce, you can put maybe mascarpone in it. If you wanted to make it into spaghetti bolognese, you can put minced beef in it, serve it with pasta, absolutely anything. Make a lasagna with it, you can put sausages into it to make it into a casserole. The world is your oyster. See you again next week. Bye!